I'm in LA, but before this, I was living in New York. Yeah, lots of New Yorkers here. He lives in Manhattan, I can tell. Kill him. No. In New York, I feel like when I first moved to New York, like my family was so impressed. You know, they were like, "Oh my God, like, how do you like the Big Apple? Are you taking a bite out of it?" And I was like, "I love it." But I really hated it for a long time, so long. Just 'cause like teenagers, rats, my biggest fears everywhere. You know, everywhere. I was on the subway once, and there's two groups of teenagers got on, and they were engaged in this like really heated back and forth, and it was like a lot of people, it was really crowded, and everybody was scared that it was gonna get physical, but no one was more scared than me, you know, because like I look like one of these kids, you know, like I'm in my 30s, this is my face, you know, I'm a book bag away from someone going, "Hey, it's that bitch from Emerson Middle, get her," you know. These kids are wild. They've seen too much. But I'm not telling these stories to like my immigrant family. I'm just making things up, stealing other people's story. Like, "Oh, we saw the nanny in Times Square." I've only seen one episode of that show. My ex-boyfriend, it was his favorite show. He's white, but you knew that when I said the nanny was his favorite show. I also want any of the people of color in the room to know that I started that relationship in the Obama era. I would never do that now. Come on. Two Muslim bands, get the fuck away from me, you know? You know? No, thank you. It was a different time. It was post-racial, you know? Try out a white man. Try out hot yoga. It was crazy. We've all learned, you know? We learned a lot. Towards the end, Black Panther came out. I felt like, this is an oppression to me, you know? I felt like a sign, you know. I went with two of my other friends who are black and him, and at the end, everyone's doing that social media thing of taking the picture, you know, with the Wakanda pose in front of the movie poster, and I was like, "Oh God, what would he do? What would he do? Please don't do it." And he was like, "Yeah." So, he's a good person, you know. I still cropped the shit out of that picture, but I sent him one just for you, you know. No one else. Now my boyfriend is black. We love each other. We love Martin, seasonings, Meryl Streep. You know, it's very black. But I'm Rwandan. I moved here in the late 80s with my family, but my mom moved here and she was like already in her late 20s, early 30s. You know what I mean? Like she's been through a lot, racism, xenophobia. She was pregnant with my siblings when we came, but she's endured all of that, which is so much strength and grace. But she raised me in the West, and weekly I'll call her and I'm like, "Mom, I woke up sad this morning and I didn't know why." It's gross, you know. How dare I, you know? But she's so supportive, you know. She's a great mom, a devoted Catholic. She's always like, "Oh no, have you prayed?" And I'm always like, "I'm agnostic, so maybe." She fucking hates that joke. But you know who does love it? God. And I know that because I'm not dead yet. I don't spoil the Bible for any heathens out there, but if God doesn't like you, you fucking know. Old Testament, is that cotton and wool? You're dead, you know. That's how it goes. But I went to a psychiatrist, and for those of you who are like, "I'm happy, what's that?" It's like, shut the fuck up. No, you go to a person, you tell them all the deep, dark secrets you can't tell your friends. They throw pills at you, and some days you feel all right. It's pretty tight. Would recommend if you can get there, out of your bed, you know. Out the house. But first question he asked me pretty early, he was like, "Do you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, or relationship?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Do you love him?" And I was like, what did he say? I don't say it first. He didn't think that was amusing. So also taken back. He's like, "That's a little inappropriate given the setting." And I was like, "But doctor, all the worlds will stay." Okay, inappropriate. Yep. He was like, "Do you do drugs?" And I was like, "Ah!" It's inappropriate. I'm getting this. Yep. I paid a lot of money. Towards the end, though, he got really serious. We were having a good time. And then he was like, "Do you suffer from suicidal thoughts?" And I was like, "Yeah, like, honestly, like, that's a big part of why I came. I have those thoughts. But whenever I think about what it would do to my friends and family, it makes it something that's impossible to go through with." And this man looked at me and then looked at his notepad and he was like, "Not if you're determined." What? But now I kill myself so fucking bad. I was in Queens recently because I do like to travel, and it's great. I was standing in front of this restaurant, and I was waiting for my friend, and this one was like, "Excuse me, mama. Sorry to interrupt you, but can I take a picture of you?" And she's all like, "I love your hair, and I'll show my hairdresser like exactly what I want my hair to look like," which was like really nice, but kind of weird because she was a white woman, very straight hair. And I was like, "Oh, are you racist? Or am I racist? Who's racist?" You know. But I took a picture. Hot girl summer. Yeah, you know, I tried. I really did try. But then later, when I told my friend that story, she was like, "No, that's a porn thing. That's a known porn thing. They're gonna Photoshop your image into some weird porn." I was like, wow. How bad is the porn industry doing? You know, like, really? Like, what porn entrepreneur's like, "Get us out to Queens. You find a tiny black woman, bad posture, hair like sideshow boblets. Yuck." I just feel like if anyone knows me, they know any realistic depiction of me in a pornographic film. It's just like, 1 second. Microphone was a dick. Did you get that, AC/DC? I developed a drinking problem moving to Chicago. Surprise! I remember before I moved to Chicago, I feel like I was like a very much more like a social drinker. And then when I got to Chicago, I became the type of person that wakes up to Facebook notifications that I've been tagged and pictures I don't remember taking with people I don't remember meeting, you know? I'm not even logging on Facebook. What the fuck is happening, you know? But I think it's just because when I drink, I'm very impulsive and very gregarious. I took the SAT, shut up. Example of that, I was hanging out with one of my friends, and we were celebrating her recent promotion to FBI agent. It was like, wow, like, get it, girl. Like, you passed the shit out of that drug test, girl. Get it! I don't want to censure her, but it was a lot, you know? And we are all celebrating this literal miracle. And she tells us that she gets to carry her gun with her everywhere she goes. So armed with that knowledge, an hour later, this huge dude bumps me, steps on my shoe. I was like, "Excuse me." "You stepped on my shoe." He's like, "Calm down, sweetheart." I was like, "Sweetheart, Michelle, shoot this bitch." "We work for the FBI." Surprise. You just became an enemy combatant. She stopped talking to me after that, but worth it. I have comedy and she has so much money.